So the Oklahoma Sooners have a huge matchup this week against Kansas State. In my opinion, it's their biggest game of their season thus far. And we need to talk about it because not only has Kansas State had their number, beating them the last two matchups, but Oklahoma also has to play their first real game on the road, and we need to talk about it all. Before we do, as always, y'all know the drill. I want to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Do you believe that Oklahoma will get the victory? And also, do you believe that we will see signs of improvement from the offense? Let me know what you're thinking there. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions are massive to content creators such as myself. But with all that being said, let's hop straight into this. And first and foremost, we need to talk about the big news coming out of Kansas State that starting quarterback Skylar Thompson is questionable. Now, first and foremost, just because they're saying he's questionable, I take that with a grain of salt. Multiple media members on Twitter and on many different platforms have talked about how they wouldn't be surprised to see Thompson play on Saturday. However, in the event that Thompson doesn't play, Kansas State is in some trouble at the quarterback position because they have some injuries. And that's something that's going to benefit Oklahoma, especially when we look at it and it's being reported that there could be some bad weather, forcing this to be more of a ground game than previously thought. And that's also something that benefits Oklahoma because even though Kansas State's strength through the early portion of this season has been their rushing attack, averaging 184.8 yards on the ground, the Oklahoma Sooners have had a stout rushing defense. They've only allowed 74.3 yards on the ground a game. So this is a matchup of best on best, what Kansas State does best against what Oklahoma does best. However, without the presence of Thompson, I have to wonder if the rush will be as proficient as it has been against the Sooners in the past. Because I understand Kansas State has found success in games without Thompson this year, but finding that same success against the Sooners is going to be quite a different story. He's been so key to their success, so it just really makes me question. Now, at the end of the day, you still have to play Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is one of the biggest playmakers in college football, and he needs to be respected. This young man has got a ton of ability, and Oklahoma will absolutely be keying in on him. But like I said, the good news for the Sooners is this is a best-on-best matchup. The best thing Kansas State does is their rushing attack. The best thing the Sooners do is stop the run. And so this is going to make for a really entertaining game. I think Oklahoma's defense is going to continue looking to improve. They're a unit that has improved through various years, and even this year, they've had some improvement. Now, there are some injury concerns in the Oklahoma defense, but at the end of the day, there is depth in this Oklahoma defense, and I'm very excited to see how they handle Kansas State this weekend. On the flip side, however, we need to talk about Oklahoma's offense against Kansas State's defense. And really, for Kansas State, it's a very similar story. They have been pretty good at stopping the run, only averaging and allowing about 74 yards per game on the ground to their opponents, so that's something they've been very good at stopping. Unfortunately for Kansas State, the same can't be said for their pass defense. They haven't been as proficient in stopping the pass as they have been in stopping the run. Now, for the Sooners, there's been some offensive inconsistencies. In the same game, we'll see a drive where the Oklahoma offense looks as deadly as we remember it and looks like they're clicking, but it's not able to sustain that consistency through all four quarters. Last week, we saw chants of "we want Caleb." As unfortunate as that was, it was really good to see the aftermath of that, all of the Oklahoma players rallying around Spencer Rattler, which really forces me to ask the question, will we see a reverberation come Saturday of that support? Is that what's ultimately going to light a fire in this team? And at the end of the day, you would much rather it be that lights the fire than a loss, especially a loss to a team that doesn't fear you in Kansas State because they've had your number. Oklahoma's offense has the ability to have success on the ground and through the air. Now, they haven't had as much success through the ground through the early portions of the 2021 season as many Sooner fans would like, But personally, I think that can easily be attributed to the offensive line still gelling, as well as only having 2 scholarship backs. If you can get through these games without putting your scholarship backs in risk of being injured for the down the stretch portion of the season, you're just going to be all the better for it. And luckily for Oklahoma is even if Kansas State is having some success in stifling Oklahoma's run, at the end of the day, Oklahoma still has found success passing the ball, much more to a degree than Kansas State has found success stopping the pass. And so even if it's bad weather, Oklahoma's ability to be able to mix things up and being more proficient at doing more than just one thing can keep Kansas State's defense off balance. And because of that, I do like Oklahoma to win this game. This is a huge game for the Sooners. It's going to be best on best, Kansas State's rushing attack versus Oklahoma's defense that's been very good at stopping the run. And this is a week I'm really excited for because I think based off of the unfortunate events we saw last week and the chance, that could have lit a fire in this Oklahoma Sooners team. Something I'm really interested in hearing from y'all about. But hop down into the comments, let me know what you think about this game because I think, though it's still the early portions of the season, this is the biggest game Oklahoma has played thus far. That's it. See ya.